Yo, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video on my channel. I hope you're all doing well, and today I've got in store for you another onboard of the F1 Esports 22 season. And this is Imola, the second round of the series. So yeah, I would say let's not further talk and jump right into the action. And here we go, already qualifying number 1 in Imola. So I'm showing you all of the footage from Q1, Q2, Q3, my fastest laps. In case I'm making it through, of course. That's the most important bit. You know, I'm struggling with that on F1 22, so yeah. But anyways, we're here in Q1, currently P6, if I can see that correctly. Let me drag that picture a little bit bigger. Yeah, I'm ahead of Jano right now, behind Brenton Lee. So the sandwich of champions, you might want to call it that way. I was always a little bit slower in Sector 1 compared to most people. Not setup related, just couldn't hook it up for some reason, even within the team. I usually struggle there the most. I don't know why. Was just that case. In Sector 2 I was usually one of the fastest, if not the fastest, and you will also see that in any moment when we cross that line and go purple in the middle sector. Yeah, no, I had a lot of confidence in the middle sector. The final sector was all about how I hit the chicane, and my chicane was all over the place sometimes. But I really enjoy Imola. It's a great racetrack on the game. One of my favorite ones, actually. Yeah, so pretty straightforward. Kiefer's crossing the line, and it is P1 Sebastian. P1. Yeah, it actually also stayed that way. We managed to stay in that position. Thomas Ronha and Nicolas Longway were the only drivers to go through on, I think, one tire. Everyone else set another lap. So we have both Ferraris behind us. Tunitsa very close. Freddy also made it through P10. Now waiting for Dani Moreno and Jano Opmer to cross the line. I think also Simon Wyang still needs to cross the line. Yeah, Jano just made it through, I didn't even notice. I think maybe he also did only one lap. Yeah, he was P15, crazy stuff. It's really insane, like one session you might be out and the next session you would be on pole. Even within one session with Quali 1, Quali 2, Quali 3. It is so tense in F1 Esports, it's super close, the margins are so tight. And if you don't hook it up perfectly, if you don't feel the confidence 100%, it can be it. It can literally be you not making it through. And yeah, one session can determine the whole season. So here we are in Q2, improving the first sector a little bit, not much, and then actually going red at the end. 965 is not actually that bad for me, especially for Q2. So my first sector from the lap before was even faster and even better. But then again, the middle sector comes into play, and we are super close to the track limits. I think also here on entry you have to position your car as much as you can without getting on the zigzag curbs. They usually throw you off and unsettle the car under braking. And now into third sector, again purple in the middle. I completely mess up the chicane. I don't get the first cut. You really need to attack the right-hander, otherwise it's already game over, and then you need to pray for the left-hander to not unsettle you. But I already mess up the right-hander, and so the left-hander is pretty much impossible to nail. But fortunately my second last corner and the last corner were pretty good. I sent it really hard there, and it's enough for P3 for now, which turned into P7, so it was tighter than we were hoping for it to be, but still decent effort. Freddy actually only needed one run in Q2, and now we are heading to Q3, which is a run for pole position. We have a shot at pole here. I'm really confident on the track. I think we had a slower setup than most people, but still, we were rapid here, like confidence-wise I was peaking on this track. It was one of the tracks where I was really feeling it, similar to Silverstone. So yeah. Position car on the right, missing that inside curve a little bit, like we were on it, but you can be closer to the inside. Still carried lots of momentum, which is important at Imola. Now hitting the inside curve here to make it easier, another bit of understeer, but we actually go purple, and Freddy is the first car crossing it, so it was a decent first sector. Also the McLaren cannot improve on there, so we are on a good run. We had good traction also out of the hairpin. Now the middle sector is our strongest part. We can hook up the left, close to track limits, like it was perfectly on the white line, And you have to imagine adrenaline. And small distractions like this here, my teammate Fred actually caused the yellow flag and crashed out. We don't have to slow down in F1 Esports, which is the fortunate part, otherwise I would have started P7. But yeah, like these small things, they can throw you off a lot. We were still purple in the middle sector as well. And the chicane, we didn't nail it perfectly. That was the biggest mistake I've had in ages in quali. But of course I knew I was on a banger, seeing purple and the McLaren not beating us in both sectors. So we were on a banger, and we crossed the line, and it is 14.139, which is provisional pole for now. Barry is crossing the line only for P3, so Nicholas Longway in P2 for now. Now Lucas Blakely is crossing for P2, half a turn slower than us. Nicholas Longway can't improve anymore, but you can already see Ronna and listen to my frustration.
Marcel, that's still a really fucking good result, mate.
It's still a good effort. In the end, we stayed P2. I was a bit worried about Moreno crossing the line and improving big time, but actually he didn't. I think our second last corner was good again. Like Moreno right there missed both apexes and got a little bit of wheel spin, so he's red on the delta. Yeah, decent effort. Honestly, like that is so far my best quality of the season. Round 2, of course. First, like imagine in the first round I was out in Q1 and now I'm nearly on pole. It's crazy how quickly things change in F1 Esports, and the pressure is insane. So listen to this right now. You should be able to hear me breathe. I usually do this before races because the adrenaline is building up, you're getting nervous, and I'm trying to calm myself down. Still wishing good luck to Freddy, and now it's important to get the focus right, not get any wheel spin, and nail the start procedure. So we jump off into the lead against Thomas Ronna, and actually we get a really good start. Lucas Blakely I think also got a decent one. He's right behind us in this position. Ronna actually hits us a little bit, but we hang it around the outside. There's a little bit of chaos behind. And now I'm really curious because something's happening with Ronna here. I don't know what he did. I think he got loose on the curb. Looks like it, yeah. I don't think Lucas hit him. I think he just got loose a bit on the curb, and with that, Lucas was just saying, thank you very much, I will take the position. So it was me, Blakely, and then Ronna, the top 3 order for now. And our position is right now just getting the nerves down. You can see small corrections. The start of a race is usually the most intense. At the end, it can also get intense if you are in a tight battle. And you have to really push it on all tires. And a light car, like it's super easy to get loose. Again, here you can see I'm struggling through the chicane. You will see that throughout the whole race. And another thing you will probably notice, which I already noticed in the race, there's a few areas on the track where I gain a lot of time compared to Lucas, and then other areas where Lucas is gaining insane amount of time compared to me. I think my strongest part actually in the race, which was super confusing to me because it was the weakest part for me usually, is the first sector. I was usually really fast in the first sector compared to Lucas, always extending the lead or gaining time on him. But in sector 2, from the hairpin onwards, he had such incredible traction. In lap 5, that was the first one where he could use DRS. Because of the beginning, end of lap 4. Oh no, wait, that's wrong. I don't know why I left this here. I thought he attacked, but no, he didn't. But in lap 6, he actually attempted a move. Because Ronna was also pushing him to go for a move with the DRS. And we decide to actually let him go without putting up a big fight into the corner, because otherwise maybe Ronna is slipping through. You can see he's super close to me, also actually faking a move. Well, we just try and see if we can save a bit of ERS. And then see what we can do. But on this lap, what we are trying to manage is actually reading where is Blakely gaining time compared to us, how is he driving where, so we can maybe plan a move in the future. That's usually what I do if someone passes me. The first thing I do is analyze how is the car ahead behaving without like pushing too much. And you can see here again traction. He gained 1/10 in that section alone. In the chicane he was always really good. He had a bad chicane right there and he still gained time, or at least stayed the same, and I used ERS to make up for the time loss. So yeah, Lucas' traction throughout the chicane, Aqua Minerale and the hairpin was insane. Also in this corner, usually, if he nailed it, he also gained like half a tenth. Yeah, there you can see it, half a tenth. Sometimes even a tenth if I didn't get a perfect run, he got a perfect one.
Moreno
That's
on
quite insane. Like, honestly, Lucas, his traction was unbelievable. He was so on it in this race. So I had to work hard to do anything. And there you can see lap 13. This is an important lap because the first car's pitting, and that is my, or I don't know if it's the first car pitting, but it's my teammate Frederick going in, triggering the pit stop phase with everyone
Marcel, if you think
pitting
you
in
can
the pit
overtake
window.
quickly into turn 1, stay out. If not, go opposite.
And you can hear my team radio, stay out, or if, like, stay out in case you can not overtake him. And he's pitting, and opposite, so I was 6 tenths back, I couldn't go for a move. That's just like, I would waste all my ERS, and then I wouldn't have any for the outlap. So whilst we were all not using ERS, Freddy was pushing like crazy on a fresh set of mediums, so he is working on the undercut. We also saw that Simon Weigang got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits, I believe. So now our job is on this lap, pushing as much with the ERS as we can. Lucas of course knows that, so he will also reply with it, with a big push. And in the first few sections our tires will be too cold to actually gain a lot of time on him. So the hards will still be in a good window. And you can see actually Freddy, because nobody was pushing and he was pushing like crazy, and also, I mean, it's Freddy, he's unbelievably fast. He managed actually to get the undercut done insanely well. Now we are in a position 2 and 3, and maybe actually 1 and 2 if we can undercut Lucas Blakely. But Lucas is pushing, of course. We are also, you can see we have 80% ERS at the beginning of the lap. We are pushing like crazy. Freddy is still gaining on me, even though he has all the tires, because we are of course on cold tires. But we are extending the gap a little bit because Freddy knows we're pushing with ERS and he doesn't have to use as much. In this corner as well, he gained another half a tenth back. I think until this point the tires are pretty useless. They are still not perfectly on temperature. I think it's like 84 degrees now, 83, 85, getting close to it. I think from this point onwards the medium should definitely be on temperature perfectly. So on the outlap you're always struggling with getting maximum grip out of the tires, but it's still good enough. Now we have a 7 tenth gap to Freddy, 6 tenths at the exit, 7 tenths again. And you look, if you look at the deploy, we actually use all of the deploy available over 1 lap, so we couldn't go even more. And actually the undercut didn't work at all. But now we have to keep in mind, okay, maybe in these first few corners I can get a lot of momentum because I have warm tires and Blakely doesn't. But actually the difference is not that big, and Lucas is right on it with the grip. In this corner I was thinking about it, but he was defending the inside a little bit, so it was not worth risking both of us getting taken out with so many laps to go. Then here I was pushing a little bit, but he was also pushing with the ERS. And from this point onward, I feel like Lucas' tires were already back up to temperature. Like, I was already losing time to him, which is mad. Like, I literally, I could not believe it. The man was on a mission in this race. Look at this, he was literally pulling away half a tenth here. Of course, it was probably a bit of ERS. He was probably praying that I wouldn't be close enough to make a move on the next straight. But yeah, he's pulling away again.
Let's just stay in this train,
and
let
I
Blakely
just
do the work.
could not do anything against it. I was literally the whole race just trying to survive in some way. And kind of make sure that I actually get a run on him. But this was actually, look at this. I lock up, worst chicane in my life, and listen to it.
There's a fucking fly in my face.
I said there's a freaking fly in my face. There was actually, I could not believe it. I was like, everything is going against me. This is impossible. Like in these scenarios, you're probably sometimes a bit pessimistic, even though you never give up. If something like that happens, I literally, the gap dropped to 9 tenths, and there was a fly landing on my eye. I cannot believe it. Like literally right on my right eyelid, and instead of just landing somewhere on my face, no, it landed on my eye, so I had to close my eye going into the chicane. So I locked up, completely messed it up, and Lucas nearly got out of the DRS window, and I was like, Jesus Christ. I had to use all of my ERS again, even though the plan was to just save ERS. And right now again, you can see Lucas is gaining insane amount of time in some places compared to us. Again, the chicane, let's see. It was 6.5 times before. Now it's incredible. Like honestly, I was sitting there trying to think, because I didn't get any snaps. I was like thinking, did I under push? But if I would have pushed a little bit more, I would have gotten snaps of oversteer. So Lucas was so on it all the time. Now it's 8.5 tenths. So he gained in the last sector alone 2 tenths on me. In the first sector again I was closer, and now we are already skipping because nothing happened until the final few laps. We recovered our ERS, didn't use anything, back up to 80 so we can have a final charge on Lucas in the final few laps. And now on this lap it's not about attacking, it's about closing in the gap so I can go for one move on the back straight with the DRS to overtake him into turn 1, because then it's pretty much sealed. He can't do much more anymore because it's fairly hard to overtake on Imola. And he knows that, so he's also pushing a bit with the ERS. We're both doing the same strategy in some form. And yeah, my tires are at this stage probably like 63% tires. At the end it was like 65, so they are fairly old. Lucas has a 1 lap fresher tires, which helps him a little bit. Freddy is also starting to chop a bit, but mainly because he's not pushing as much. He's starting to push at the end of the lap more. We had to put pressure on Lucas, so he maybe makes a mistake in the chicane or something, but no, he's again not. He gained another 1.5 tenths on us there, and it's looking rough. It's looking really rough. If we want to get a move on Lucas, we need to make sure the final 2 corners are perfect. I messed up the first one. The second one was really good, but Blakely still had a better one. And yeah, with this, I kind of already knew this is probably it. There's not much I can do with the amount of ERS I have. I will still push throughout the first sector, because in the hairpin I might be able to force a move on him. It's 2.5 tenths. I usually am pretty quick compared to him in the first sector. So we are pushing and hoping that we can stay as tight. We are also managing that. Trying to fake a move, but we are too far back. We would just probably risk both of us getting taken out, and that's not the way I want to win.
We are completely safe from behind. No risks.
The move just was not on. Just too far back. Lucas did an incredible job this whole race, and you can see he still has ERS whilst we are close to 0%. He's not flashing with his battery light at the back of the car. Fred is 7 tenths back, so even Fred's tires are dying off, and both of us are struggling to keep up with Lucas. He's done an amazing job here. I've got a really good chicane actually this time, where first time I think either held the delta or gained on him, but he had a really bad one. He didn't get the cut. So I had no answer. Lucas did an incredible job, and with that, it's unfortunately only a P2 finish. Well done to Lucas. Was, I think, his back-to-back win. He won Bahrain, he won
really
this, so yeah,
result.
GG's for that. And sometimes it goes like that, unfortunately.
I know it's not a win, but
just
that was
the way
really,
racing
really
is,
good, boys.
the nature of racing. Anyways, this is the result, and yeah,
That's why he could stay
I will
ahead.
leave you now with the outro. I hope you enjoyed it. In case you've enjoyed this video, I would much appreciate a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new here, and I wish you a lovely day. So see you in the next video. Take care, everyone. Peace.